I'm always wearing some sort of indoor, my sweatshirts that I use as like snuggies or house coats. I don't know. I want to call all of them a moo because I think that's funny. Moo. I just want to call. I actually do kind of own a moo in some sort of way now, but I don't know if you'll ever see that because it probably should not be shown to Teal. I FaceTime Teal with it on one time, and she was like, "Wow, Quinn, you've really let yourself go." Maybe one day you'll see it, but it's quite the thing. It's basically I bought it in I think in December, right before Christmas, because it's so fuzzy and cozy and warm, and that's all I care about. But it's basically it was labeled as a blanket coat, which okay, give me that. It's basically a Snuggie with snaps that snap all the way from like basically up. Like you can make it into like a turtleneck situation. It's got arms. So it's basically kind of like it's like a robe, but it's a cross between a robe and a Snuggie. But I told Teal I wanted to call it a moo because I think it's funny. Moo is a funny word to me. Maybe that's what I should have named my plant. Anyways, one day maybe you'll see my moo. That'll be the day. Yeah. Teal was like, wow, Gwen, wow. She was shaming me. But I have no regrets about buying it. It's so warm and cozy. But obviously I will never go out of the house or be seen out of the house. Or by a lot of people, hopefully, with that thing on. So, but it is cozy. Anyways, I am here to say I twice now have had kind of the same picture pop up in my mind when I have prayed for you. Once a few days ago, I don't even remember which day, and then again today. So I thought, since it happened twice, I thought I should share this with her. And I guess I could have shared it with you the first time, but it wasn't like something that I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely something that is from the Lord and I need to share it with her. So, it's not like I was trying to like withhold anything from you. It was just like, oh, that was a nice image. But I kind of want to be careful too, because I don't want to like overshare things that I don't, and like make it sound like, yeah, I just always want to be careful because I don't want it to claim that things are from God if I'm not 100% sure. And I don't want to, I also don't want to like pretend like I'm hearing from God if I'm not. And while I do think that this image was probably from the Lord because it was a random image that I would have never, I don't know why I would have thought of this or why this would have popped into my mind, because it's never popped into my mind before. But yeah, because it's happened twice now, I feel more comfortable sharing it with you. But anyways, yeah, I'm sure I will ramble. I've already been rambling, but I will probably continue to. So I was praying for you a couple of days ago, and I had this picture of you. It was like you were kind of out in the middle of the ocean, and it wasn't like you were drowning or anything, but you were submerged under the water. But I guess for me personally, whenever I for myself have pictures of me under the water, like it's always it's never really a bad thing, because I always associate water and being under the water as like my safe place, which is weird. But I might have told you, I think I told you this. I don't know. Did I tell you this? Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But whether you've heard it or not, I'll tell you again. A few years ago, during like one like counseling session during when I was in, yeah, I guess it was here, but it was during the like beginning of COVID. This counselor lady was like asking me to basically kind of imagine, like, if I could pick anywhere as like a safe place, like where's my safe place in the world? And always the first thing that pops into my mind is being under the water, whether it's under, like, honestly, either under the pool at the fully submerged under the like water of the pool at the SSA, because I loved going swimming as a kid, or just being under the water, like as if I'm scuba diving, like deep sea scuba diving, and can like see clearly all these like wonderful like fish and tropical things, and but also I feel safe. I don't feel like something's gonna eat me or something, because I do also recognize in real life there's a lot of danger under, and if you're going under the water, like deep sea scuba diving or whatever. But I always feel safe when I'm imagining myself under the water. I think because it's usually a quiet place. There's no one's talking. This is the introvert in me. It's like it's a very hidden place where you can kind of like escape. So anyways, so I always associate being under the water, like fully submerged under the water, as like a good thing. I recognize that a lot of people in the world probably not, like you, I would assume that you probably also think of it as a good thing because you've grown up around the water, and swim team. Sorry, I just had this right when I said swim team. Oh my, right when I said swim team, the thing that popped into my mind, I hope you remember this. Do you remember that like chant that I don't know why I'm like about to cry, because it's like a very way back memory, but what's her name? Susan Nancaro, when she was the coach at SSA, she would lead this like I think it was her that led this chant that was like ooh sa sa sa, ooh sa sa sa, hit him on the head with a big kabasa. Do you remember that? Yes, you do. I feel like you have to. If you don't, I'm very sad right now. But I am, yes, I'm sure you have to. Who can forget such a thing? But anyways, that was just your brief commercial of distraction. Back to what I was saying. So I saw this picture of you under the water, in the middle of the ocean by yourself. But you weren't like drowning. It didn't seem like you were like in a like unsafe place. But you were. The fact was that you were alone in the middle of the ocean, and then suddenly in this image that I had, a submarine appeared and like picked you up, and like you hopped on, and you were like, I don't know, then that was it. So that's why I was like, oh, that was kind of a nice image, like you're being rescued by like the submarine. And then I had that same picture again today when I was praying for you. So then I was like, okay, I should share this with her. And it did actually remind me of my leaders who live in Tokyo, or they were the previous leaders. They're about to retire in May. Don and Hazel. So Hazel grew up, they've been in Japan for working as missionaries in Japan for 40 years, but she grew up as a missionary kid in the Philippines. Her parents were from Scotland. They went to the Philippines as missionaries from Scotland, and they were there before Hazel was born. I think they had maybe a couple like young kids before Hazel was born. During the war, I guess World War II, when Japan was kind of trying to, take over everything. And they were trying to invade the Philippines while her parents were there. And so her parents were basically, their city was being taken over by the Japanese. And they like had to, I think they even like had to like give their house over. Anyways, the point of the story is I was reminded that she told me that her parents and her older siblings who were alive at that time were there when the war was breaking out, but they got this message, this like secret message from, I can't remember if it was the American military or like, I think it was the American military sent them a message that if they came to like a certain dock, because they lived basically on the water, on the, the Philippines is an island, so they were like basically lived right next to the beach, was their house. And so the military sent them a message like, if you come to this dock or this port at this time on this day, don't tell anybody, but we will pick you up and we will take you, like you deport you basically to to Australia. And so they were rescued by this submarine that like showed up at this port. And so they were rescued by submarine from the Japanese while they were in the Philippines, which is crazy that their daughter ended up becoming a missionary to Japan. But yeah, so that also like kind of reminded me of that, because I don't know, that's literally the only personal story that I know of someone being rescued by a submarine. I mean, it's crazy, but I've never seen a submarine in real life, so I don't know what it's like, or I have no idea why I saw that picture. So that's why I do feel like it probably was from the Lord, because why else would I be thinking about submarines? Unless I heard the Yellow Submarine song, but I did not. So, yes, that is all. That's a lot of random talking for almost 15 minutes. So, anyways, sorry, I feel like my head is kind of not working very well right now, but I should probably check my blood sugar. But I love you, and I hope you have as good of a week as you can. I will be praying for this week, and yeah, I kind of like the idea of a submarine rescue. I'd like to ride in a submarine, only if they had like windows though, because it's like I'd want to be able to see out and see. Although that could be scary too if there's like a giant octopus or giant shark out the window. I don't know. Anyways, Again, me rambling. I'm sorry. But yeah, have a good day and a good week. And my eyes be puffy. My forehead is wrinkly. And I should go to bed. Okay, bye.